What's up, guys? It's Aaron here. I'm going to go up to Edinburgh Fringe in August for my first show, and I can't wait. But before I do that, I need to preview the show up and down the country. So I've added a bunch of work in progress dates. Manchester's already on sale. Some of the others might be as well by the time this goes out. All the links are going to be in the description. Liam's going to join me for some of them. It's dead small rooms, dead cheap tickets. It's going to be loads of fun. Come down, let's have a laugh. I'll see you there.
My mum's fucking fit, lad. No. We're not going down that route.
And those little pussy slaps.
Oh,
I don't know.
Man. yeah. You're a naughty poo-poo head then, aren't you?
Should we talk about Cork?
I feel like the sooner we can forget about it.
The worst gift anyone's ever given me.
It pains me to say this. It really does.
If this is about Crocs again, I'm going to murder you. It was the worst thing I ever bought you.
The Crocs don't pain you, lad. Fucking comfort at its finest. I'm wearing them every recording now, so I can't talk about them all the time. No, it pains me to say this. Again, you were right. I think you were right about city breaks.
Okay.
I think that you might be right. Because I've not, as
Sometimes
I said,
mistaken, but never wrong.
I never really travelled, as I said. I've been a handful of places, and I proper envied people that did, seeing city break posts on Instagram. I wanted a bit of that. I wanted a slice of that. I wanted to travel more, see more of the world. And I've been lucky enough, this is going to sound like a proper complaint. I've been lucky enough to be in a position where I've booked a few city breaks this year, and I've done 4 now, technically. If you can count the last one as a city break. I've done
it was a town at best.
for a day. Done Milan, Lisbon, Cork. I've done 3. How did I miscount that? Anyway, I've done 3 this year. Milan, Lisbon, Cork. I did Barcelona last year for my honeymoon. And mate, I'm fucking knackered.
Yeah.
I used to think, why do people want to go sit around a pool all day and do nothing?
Now it's the only thing I want to do in my life.
That doesn't sound appealing. It never sounded appealing to me.
And just sit and stare at the water. That's my only thing that I want in my life.
I actually get it now, and I think Lisbon was the nail in the coffin for me wanting to explore and see more cities and stuff, because it was great. I had a great time. The weather was nice. The food was great. The people were sound. But mate, there was so many fucking hills. So many hills. It was a workout, mate. I came back from the holiday weighing less than I did going on the holiday.
Maybe you should go on another.
Not by much of a margin, I'll tell you. But yeah, man, it was fucking exhausting. It was exhausting. Even the hot babes were not enough to make it worthwhile.
No.
I do you know what? I will give Lisbon its due. Your seafood.
I don't think there's any there, to be honest.
What are you on about?
Carry on.
Did it go over my head?
Uh-huh. You'll get it when you watch it back.
So yeah, the seafood was banging, but the most famous seafood restaurant is like that. They've got the tanks in the restaurant.
The tanks?
Tanks.
As in the fish tanks, I thought you meant.
Yeah.
What, like you meant like no, just like an actual tank. I was like, all right, that sounds all right, yeah.
And obviously Rebecca's vegan, so I'm just well aware of the fact that she's come there with nothing really for her to eat. She's doing it as a favour to me, and they sit us directly next to the tank, and mate, it made me sad. It made me so sad. They had prawns that are this fucking big. Prawns that are as big as lobsters, right? It was insane. Like, literally, I'm not even over-exaggerating, this big. And you pay for them by weight. The menu just lists it by weight. And I saw the table across the way go like, so just, can I see one? And you tell me its weight so I know how much I'm paying. Mate, he brought it out of the tank alive. Like, held it by, like, the prongs on its head. And was just holding it there in front of them. And I was like, I cannot ask that question. I'm just going to have to pay whatever price, whatever size prawn they give me, because there's no way I could get away with them bringing that to the table, because it'll upset me. But Rebecca's vegan, and it'll go against everything she fucking stands for. I
can't believe, like, oh, right, bringing it to the table is a step too far. But do set it on fire. That'll, that's absolutely fine.
Look, I'll eat it. I don't want to see that process. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what the argument, isn't it? Like, if you had to kill it yourself, or if you saw how it got killed, then you wouldn't eat it.
Of course not. Yeah. No, I would. I I just wouldn't be as happy about it. I'm always going to eat it. In every scenario, it's getting eaten. But I just would rather avoid that bit. That's why we've got Tesco. Do you know what I mean? People say that like...
Yeah,
like
that's why. Yeah. It's the only reason.
People say that's why, that's like, it's the bad thing. People say it like it's a bad thing. You know, like, well, if you had to kill it yourself, you wouldn't fucking eat it. Well, no, I don't want to kill it myself because I...
Daniel Sloss has got a bit on that. He's like, yeah, I know, but what's my laziness got to do with any of this?
Yeah, that's it.
If I had to make clothes, then I wouldn't wear them.
That's a fair point, to be fair. We went to a little town outside of Lisbon called Sintra. Mm-hmm. You heard of it, yeah?
The one I recommended to you? Yeah. No, I've not heard of it now.
Someone else recommended it to us. Loads of people, to be fair, if you type in Lisbon on YouTube, a lot of the recommendations include Sintra. It's this like dead, hilly mountain town with several castles and palaces or whatever. That's what it's famous for.
Are you mansplaining the thing I recommended to you?
Well, funnily enough, we've got an audience on like...
It might have been to Lisbon.
Yeah, but they might not have.
You don't know.
It's called exposition.
Great word for Harry Mack.
Go on, fit it in a rap.
Huh?
Position your
I'm
exposition.
not the rapper.
I just did it, lad.
Right.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, but carry on. You just said the same word.
How are you going to position the exposition? There we go. It's not the same word. It's an EX in front of the other one. Anyway. Yeah, hills are shite. That's all I wanted to say.
Is that the whole bit?
That's right, the whole point. That's the whole point of the holiday. Hills are shite. No, it really did affect you. I've never once like had to go, like Google Maps something. It says it's 5 minutes away. And then you turn a corner. You're on a nice straight level road. You turn that corner, and it's like fucking that steep up there. I'm not even over exaggerating. It just put me off. Hills have put me off. City breaks. You don't know what the terrain's gonna be like, lad.
The terrain.
Yeah. Just look Google terrain before you book any sort of holiday. Yeah. Lisbon was sound like pork butties were banging. Go back for the pork butty, but fuck the hills.
I'm glad you shared that. That was what you had on your mind from the previous episode that you didn't get a chance to talk about. And you were like, I'm gonna save this for a week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna save this for a full week, and then on the next episode, I'm gonna open with it.
I just wanted to agree with you. City breaks are shit, but you know what? I take it back. City breaks are boss, and Aaron's wrong.
Okay, sounds. Yeah. So yesterday, we were in the house.
Okay.
Obviously got back from Cork. What a time. We just had a lazy day in the house. And there was two kids playing knock-a-door run, two little girls, and they couldn't. We were stood in the kitchen and they couldn't see, and they were like kept banging on our door. Right? You see them like deliberating for ages, and they just sort of stood there and they're going like, "No, you do it." And this girl finally, like one of them finally had the bollocks, and she just goes up, and as she does it, I just walked out into the hallway. We've got like a glass window on our door, like a frosted glass window. I just walked out in the hallway and I just seen her go. And then just ran, shit herself, and then we were just laughing. We were like, "Oh, it's so precious, bless him."
It's so precious, the little fucking tits.
No, she was all. It's dead sweet. They live across the road. Do you know what I mean?
There's nothing sweet about hooliganism. That's hooliganism. It's just the start, lad. Soon it'll be a stone through your window. Next it'll be eggs at your house on Halloween.
Right.
Don't encourage it. I did those things, and look how I turned out. You don't want kids to turn out like me.
No, you don't.
No. And I don't think that you should be condoning this behaviour.
But then they run away, and obviously they didn't get what they wanted out of us, so they've come back, and she fucking rings like the Ring doorbell and then runs off. And then we were going out like 2 minutes later, so we've walked out and they sort of still stood there like hiding behind a fence. I just sort of went like, "I'm watching you," one of them like that, which probably shouldn't say to a child. You live opposite
through the Ring doorbell.
I'm watching
whilst
you.
breathing heavy.
Yeah. So I said, "I'm watching you." She goes, "Oh, we weren't doing anything. We didn't even do anything. We didn't even go near your house." Like, proper scatty to us. But she literally rang the camera. How fucking stupid can you be?
You're showing her the footage. Yeah. She's like, "That's not how stupid can you be?" As stupid as a kid, I think.
Yeah, so yeah. But the reason I bring it up, point being, just made me feel so old, man. That used to be me.
I know. Same.
And now it's happening to me.
What do you call it? What do you call the game?
Let's not get into this.
No, I'm just curious. What
fucking Lad Bible needs to get their algorithm up, so they're just like, "Oh, what did you call this? Is it a BAM or a BAP?"
What do you call it though?
A BAP.
No, the game. The game. I call it a bomb. Controversial.
I do too. So.
Go on.
Knock a door run.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same, to be fair. I don't know what the alternatives are.
Knock down ginger.
Knock down ginger?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Who's the ginger in the situation?
I don't know. And then I can't remember what the others were. But
what about like
so hacky in it?
Someone gets on the back of your bike and you're riding it. What was that called round yours?
A getaway.
No, what did you call it?
I don't know. A backy.
A backy?
Yeah.
It's weird that. We called it a seater, which is proper wool apparently, because in Liverpool it's a takey. Yeah, I've also heard it be called a backy before, but that just sounds like something you smoke. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a takey makes no sense to me.
It's taking you away.
Taking you from A to B. No,
Yeah,
it's a seater. Does that sound dodgy?
But you're not sitting down.
But you are. Your friend is. You're giving them a seater. They're sat on your seat while you're stood up pedaling.
Oh no, we had the stump pegs. The things.
Oh, we called that a peggy, lad. Yeah, cool. See that incline? It's the incline of a cool kid.
Right.
Yeah, we called it a peggy.
Right, got you.
Yeah, I can't be arsed with talking about kids. I got upset by a kid yesterday.
All right. Why?
No, I just
Wouldn't give you a nosh.
No. Oh, shut up. No, you didn't really upset me. I just I don't know how to. I've been quite. I've not really interacted with many kids. Sometimes I say things, I'm like, that's gonna be the soundbite in it. It's gonna make me sound dead pedo-y. Not really interacted with many kids, but like friends and stuff have started having them. Rebecca's best friend has got a couple kids, and we've spent some time with them. The little lad, he's a toddler now, so do you know what I mean? He's like all talkative and
Sexy.
stuff. Like it. No, lad. Joe, we've done fun things before. We've gone like bowling and stuff like that, and he's a sweet little boy. Dead nice.
Does his mum and dad watch this?
I think they might from time to time. So yeah, cancel him. And
Career's not started.
But I've never. I don't think he was my friend yesterday. Like, no, and I think it was maybe for something I said. But I'm just trying to think. What did I say that was bad? The only thing I can think I said that was so like I had a cup of coffee on the table. And Rebecca had a cup of tea, and he knocked the table dead innocently. Do you know, he was just coming over, he knocked the table, it rattled a bit.
You can't endorse hooliganism.
No, it wasn't like he went, fuck this table. He did just knock into it, and the drinks just spilt a little bit. But he turned, and he was just smiling, and he said...
What was the table made out of?
I don't know.
That's oak, mate. Fuck.
Fucking oak furniture land nonce over there. And he was just like, he just looked at me and he smiled, and he went... I spilt your tea. And I thought, I don't want to encourage it, because he didn't do it on purpose, but I don't want to be like, that's a good thing. So I said, he just walked out the room, and I didn't think he was that bothered. But then, like, later on...
Not let it go.
You
just made the list.
I don't know anymore. I don't know, mate. I'm clueless. There was like so I went into the living room, I was drinking my coffee, I was chatting to his dad. And he comes in, and he's dressed as Spider-Man, and I'm like, oh my God, there's Spider-Man in the room. Joe making a big fuss of him, and he's like, the Phil Ellis approach, he said, you've just got to act like everything's amazing. So I was like, oh, it's Spider-Man. And he was like smiling and stuff. And then I went, look at the size of your muscles. Can I see your muscles? Which, saying out loud,
all right, purple-acky.
A bit purple-acky on me, yeah. Yeah. Because they had like, the inflatable muscles. And I went, are they your muscles? And he went, no. And I went, okay. Like, I just didn't know what to say, Joe. He was just a bit no. And then he sat down, and I was just like, just looked at him, and we made eye contact, and he went, no. And I thought, is he saying no to me or about something else? Have I missed something here? So I'm still looking at him.
You're a proper Billy No, mate,
I was just trying to process what to say. I didn't know what to say. And he went, no! And turned away from me like that. And then he just turned back around and went, I don't like Uncle Liam. It just made me dead sad. Just felt dead sad. And then his little
rejected by a child.
Yeah. And then his little sister, who's a newborn baby, as we left, I went to say goodbye to her. She was all smiley and happy. I give her a kiss, and she fucking cried.
I would, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So I don't know if I'm built for fatherhood.
No,
I'm just confused by the whole situation.
Yeah, I don't see you with children.
Do you reckon it was the naughty poo poo head thing?
It could have been, yeah. That's also a weird sentence. I don't like that. It makes feel uneasy.
Well, I started panicking as I said the sentence.
Call him a shit house next time. Make it a bit more. You know what I mean?
I said,
teach him. You got to let him know early on.
I said naughty, and I think like that sometimes. I don't know what parenting techniques there are or anything, but I'm sure that like some people don't like.
He spilt your tea and you called him a shithead. You're wondering why he don't like you. Like, it's the highest form of insult when you're free.
Oh yeah, I did. But I thought like it being poo. It was
you've verbally assaulted this man, and you wonder why he doesn't like you.
Yeah. Just
I wouldn't like you.
came down in a Spider-Man costume, showed me how hench he was, just give me a warning, like, oh, fucking, like he was webbing.
Do you want kids? Are you gonna have them? I don't see you with kids.
No, I'm not in a rush. I'm not. I mean, when I say not in a rush, I don't think I will. There's no plan. I don't want to say never. I think I've said this on the pod before. The only like incentive for me to have kids is the insurance policy of like when you're sick, you've got someone to look after you.
Yeah.
I want to be cool.
It'd be cool if you could go to like a shop and they're just all in a tank and you buy one by weight. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Like if just looking at a menu.
This one's 500
grams.
grams.
It just fucking brings it out. 500 gram baby.
That I was going off the size of the fish. I was still in the restaurant in Portugal.
Wait, is 500 grams actually quite a lot in
pounds?
pounds?
No. I had a 500 gram steak the other day. It's like about that big. Yeah. It was a big steak, not a big baby. I said to me mate Joe, I am going to name him because I'm not asked what he thinks of me. I said to me mate Joe, he was trying to get me to come out for the food like the night before we were going to Cork, and it was like obviously going to be a dead full sort of 24-hour day, and I knew I was only going to get a little bit of sleep, and I didn't want to do it, and he was like hounding me. Joe and a mate just won't take no for an answer, and I didn't know what to say, so I just had a baby, and I went, shut up or I'll spark your baby. Right, just as a joke.
Such an odd insult.
I know. And as soon as I typed
You've got beef with him, and then you wonder why these kids don't like you. You're offering to fucking... It's the biggest human that you could beat up in a fight. That's what it is.
and as soon as I typed it, I regretted it, but I know him so well. Literally one of my oldest friends. I'm like, he knows I'm only messing. But then he didn't address it, and he just was still trying to like, you know, have my company for that night. So I'm like, oh, well, he's clearly not offended. But I also want to let him know that I regret saying that. So I... typed it in. I'm sorry about that. And he just didn't acknowledge it at all. I agreed to go for the food. We go for this meal, and I say to him, oh, mate, by the way, when I typed that thing about the baby, it was one of those, I wish I never said it. And he went, it's all right, lad, sometimes I want to spark him out as well. He went, we can do it together.
Right, you don't realise what's happened there is you've potentially thought you've offended Joe, and he's completely ignored all sense of apologies so that you would feel bad enough to go out for food with him. He's played you like a fucking fiddle, lad. He was trying to get you to go out. You were saying no, and then you've panicked about maybe offending him by something you've said, and you knew that you would have to make it up, so you've gone for food with him because you've already feel bad about something, so you don't want to make him feel further bad by not going out with him. So he's just ignored your messages, and then you've gone out.
I think
phone's ringing there. That's not good. I don't even know who that is.
I think that my mate Joe, I think you might be right. I think that Joe is like probably the most manipulative person I know, because my brother brought me to a realization about him when we were talking about my stag do. We talked about it on the pod before, we talked about it elsewhere, but like we went and stayed in like a nice big fucking mansion, and which sounds dead fucking bougie, but there was a lot of us, wasn't there? So it wasn't as if it cost that much money. Didn't cost me anything. Yeah, because everyone else chipped in for me.
Yeah, and that cost me a fucking fortune. Hope she fucking divorces you.
And then, so Joe was the guy who like arranged, like we did like sports and activities. We split off into teams, weren't we? And you've talked about as well about how nice it was, and all my friends actually like me. And you were upset that there was no sort of torture or humiliation of me. And I just mentioned it in conversation, you know. But like how, I'm glad my mates love me and that. And our Jack went, "What are you on about?" And he went, "Your mate Joe tricked you into doing sports for a weekend, and you think he didn't humiliate you." And it was just a light bulb moment, like fucking 5 months after the event. I was like, that fucking cunt, he absolutely smashed it there.
Hey, the worst part was he put you on my team for fucking everything, so if anyone's been punished, it was me. We discussed in Harry Skinny's episode, I'm not very fit, but there's levels to this game, and I'm still quite a lot above yours.
I was devastated, man. Yeah, but that's why I couldn't act the fucking hills in Lisbon. Do you know what my favourite part about that holiday was?
Go on.
Getting back to the hotel at the end of the night and watching shite TV.
Yeah.
You can do that anywhere, but the shite TV there was like... Have you ever heard of a show? Right, I had no idea the show existed, called 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh, yeah. What a show. What a show.
Mate, I was hooked. I was like, we got to get back in for that. Do you know what I mean? I was like... 1,000 Ways to Die. So, and it was just, it got to a certain point in the night when that was what was on.
Did they have like a Spanish guy as well, like talking you through it, or was it all in English?
No, it was still like an English voiceover.
Boring, that.
Yeah.
It would have been better in Spanish.
I wouldn't have understood. So, you know, like
they have to like reenaction. I mean, what are they called?
The reenactments?
No, not that.
Narration?
No, there's like another word for it. Reconstruction.
Okay, right. So for anyone who's not seen it, obviously Aaron's seen it.
It's the same thing.
But yeah, it's basically a show where there's like, say, 4 or 5 deaths each show. They talk about a real life death of someone who's died. I don't know how else to say it. They talk about a real life death, and it's obviously a mad one to make it TV worthy. And then they like give the death a name and a number at the end, like they assign it. But one thing I noticed is they make every person who's died seem like they were a massive cunt.
Yeah.
So that you don't care about how gruesome the death is. And they break it down and they bring on like an expert to talk about the type of death. So one was a cheerleader who did a backflip and landed on a pole that went up her ass and fucking tore everything apart.
What was he called?
So I hadn't cottoned on to the name thing by then, so I'd done it. What? The pole. Sorry.
Fucking hell. Are you in the room today?
I was in the middle of explaining something. I know. So I forgot what I was saying. So, yeah, so they have the medical expert on as obviously a doctor, because it was like a very medical way to die. They were a medical expert. One of the stories was like in Russia, they were doing something called cloud seeding, where like you go in a plane and you like put some like chemical into the atmosphere and it affects like rain, or I think they had a drought and they were trying to stimulate some rain, but they mixed it with some shit and it ended up like there was like, it said it was raining concrete. Now I don't trust this show, it was probably just fucking hailstones, wasn't it? But it was raining concrete, it landed on a pimp and he died, right? But to bring it up, they didn't bring like a weather expert or anything. They brought like a pimping expert out, and his name,
Brilliant.
He was just a guy with like, you know, top hat and glasses as he's talking about the death, and his name was Sugar Free. So You're telling me that this is a real life pimp? That was do you know what's even more embarrassing is that I believed all of these experts were real until I saw Sugar Free, and I was like, these aren't experts in nothing. These are actors who are desperate for a job, and they're like, would you fancy being a doctor?
They've gone to a costume shop and bought a pimp outfit, and then just here they are.
So I've got a death. I want to give you a death, and I want you to try and figure out what the name of the death was. Okay, they give him a name. So a guy was a billionaire, and he sold his...
Eat the rich.
Give it time.
Okay, sorry. That was the whole thing.
He sold his tech company and decided he wanted to be an actor. Like, he was just living for passion. So he bought a theatre and he made himself the lead role in every production. So he was doing a production of Peter Pan, and he'd set up this like rigging to like lift him up and like fly him in, but it wasn't attached properly. It snapped. The cable, like he ended up hanging upside down. The speed of that cable shooting off the snap cable went across his neck and slit his throat, and he bled out.
Right.
What was the death called?
Is it to do with the tech bit?
It's terrible. It's to do...
It's going to be like some Elon Musky, Jeff Bezos-y, or...
It's to do with the theatre bit. I'll give you that as a hint.
Okay. I don't know then. I've got too much information. I was trying to think of like a techie, like play on words the whole time. So just tell me.
Macbeth.
Huh?
Macbeth, as in Macbeth.
Oh.
Right. Cringe. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. So that was just to sort
I
of
wouldn't
give
have got that because I feel like I'd have come up with better ones. I wouldn't have got the shit one.
Yeah. So I give you that just because it was like a, you know, memorable, like sort of shitty one, just to sort of give you the concept. Now, this was the best one I saw when I was watching the show. The most, the one that I remember.
Tee it up. Let me see if I can guess.
Japanese game show.
Right. Castle.
Okay. Well, similar, you know, they're just those mad Japanese game shows. I mean, that, but in Japan, that probably wasn't even like that big a show because all of their game shows are like Harry Stakini would say crackers. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
It's just insane. Yeah, like this.
There's one on there's one on Netflix at the minute. It's called The 100 or something. Have you seen it?
The Physical Fit.
Yeah, we watched one episode. And we were losing our fucking minds because of how shit it was. They introduced all 100 people to us. Do you know at the start where you think you're just going to get introduced to like the main characters, the ones that are actually going to be interesting, however, the ones that have got a bit about them. Just introduce us to everyone. 45 minutes is spent in introductions.
And is it dubbed as well?
Yeah. Oh. But it's like not dubbed in the right way. So like somebody will fall. Like they had to do like a hanging beam one. And somebody will fall, like whoever hangs their longest wins, basically. And somebody would fall, and their mouth would be open like that as they're screaming going down. And they'd just be it'd just be dubbed like, oh no. She's like,
like slow
so
motion.
ridiculous. And like the cadence was always like so hard, and they just didn't get it right at all.
Yeah.
And it'd be like a guy going like, he'd say something like for ages, so his mouth would be going like that, and it'd just go, "You can do it." That'd be it. As he like cheers
enthusiasm as well, like you can't do it.
So stupid, man. So stupid. We couldn't watch the next. Like it was just so slow.
Yeah,
so slow. So yeah, we didn't bother.
Is that kind of like Squid Game though? Is that the concept? 100 people and then they get whittled down.
Kind of a little bit, yeah. But like
no
it's
death.
just like no death, yeah. Which made it worse. To be honest.
But yeah, okay. Japanese game show. 2 women have to go underwater in a pool with their breathing tanks on and complete a series of like a little assault course. Apparently one of the women was a massive cunt, so she deserved to die. That's what they say. You know, like, oh, she was rude and obnoxious.
If that's the reason to be dead.
Exactly.
To be fair though, I've been on the roads with like rude and obnoxious people and wish they were dead, so I do get it. This sounds like my sort of TV show. I might give it a watch.
One of them just stops like swimming and starts like sort of convulsing, comes to the top and dies. She's suffocated because the oxygen tank was there was an error and it was filled with carbon monoxide. So she just brove in pure carbon monoxide. And
Broved it in.
Well, she didn't breathe it in, did she?
Breathed in, yeah.
So she breathed in carbon monoxide. She brove it in, lad. It's past tense.
My God. So stupid at times. You've got a biomedical science degree.
Yeah, like, not an English lit one.
Right. Fucking hell.
I took a punt.
It'd be like being a pilot but not knowing what 2 + 4 is though. Do you know what I mean? Like they're all mutually exclusive a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone's got gaps in the knowledge, lad. So she brove in carbon monoxide. I think it's right. Google it.
It's not. That's how you spelling it.
BREATHAGD. Yeah.
So breathed.
But you say it broved.
Right. What's the B?
It's silent.
Right. It's not silent though because it's said, but it's not in the word. It's the opposite of silence.
So yeah, carbon monoxide poisoning through a scuba tank. She dies. What's the death? Best name they could have thought of.
I don't know. There was too many tangents. I've not had time to think. I've been too distracted by your lack of knowledge when it comes to basic words.
Her death was called asphyxiation.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. How bad's that? How bad's that? And that we got this reveal just as she died, and Rebecca was going, this show's a bit poor taste, innit? You know, these are real people that have died. And then it was just like, death 242, asphyxiation.
That's your best chance of getting on TV. You need to like dangle from a crane or something and then land on something really inconvenient right underneath it.
Oh, mate, honestly, I'm keen on that show. I want to watch more.
We've got merch. Finally, we've got merch.
We've been talking about doing this for ages and we've finally made it happen. We've got our own online store at spreadnegativitypod.com. We're selling t-shirts with logos. We're selling queefs. Whatever you want, we've got it.
We're selling queefs in a jar if you want one. We've got beanies, mugs, phone cases, loads of stuff like that, so check it out. But if you do order something, and I cannot stress this enough, order one size up. I'm a large to extra large in most things. I've got a 2XL in this. Liam, you'll notice, doesn't even have a hoodie yet because they're still making his out of a bed sheet, right? Proper nightmare stuff.
Check us out, spreadnegativitypod.com. If there's anything that you want and you don't see, let us know. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. And we will get better at these adverts as time goes on. Should we talk about Cork?
I feel like the sooner we can forget about it.
I think we need to, though. Like you say, there's listeners and stuff. They know that we went. They know that you surprised me with the gift.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do need to talk about it.
Okay.
For the people that don't know, people that aren't aware, my birthday is January. And in the previous October or September, I went to Mallorca for the day. Had a really fun time. Went to the beach. Flight was like 2 hours long. Only cost me and Beth like 30 quid each. It was class. Like we just spent the day on the beach in Mallorca in like fucking 30 degrees when it was freezing cold day. It was class. I told Liam about that. And then what he thought he would do, because he thought that, you know, that was my new thing, my new vibe, he would get me something that's the same. and he landed on Cork in Ireland. Now,
by landed on means was willing to pay for.
Yeah,
it was the only thing that was like cheap.
Yeah.
And it was literally like
reason for that.
I was looking for like gift idea. Like I had no idea what to fucking buy yet. That was sort of fresh in my mind. And I was like, oh, maybe it would be cool if I could send you and Beth
lead with nothing next
away
time.
for a day.
I'd have been fine with a Snickers or something, and I'm allergic to nuts. That's how little of an enthusiasm I had for going to Cork at 3 in the morning. By the way,
no. This is where that's not what the flight time was, though. So I'm fucking hobbling over this sentence, but the reason I got that for you, right, is it was affordable. It was a trip away. It seemed like a nice gift on the surface, but it was also, I knew that you having to get up early enough to make it for a 10 to 6 flight, 10 to 6 in the morning flight, would like cause you great displeasure. And I knew that me giving you that gift, you'd have to sort of fake enthusiasm at the bare minimum, unless you were actually enthusiastic, which you did seem on the episode, to be fair, quite enthusiastic when I gave you the gift.
I was given a gift, and that's what you're supposed to do. But it's sort of like when someone buys you a really ugly sweater, and you're like, you're never going to wear it, but then, oh, we're going out tonight. Do you want to wear your new sweater? And you have to be like, yeah, and then you have to. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to do it. You've got to see it through. Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, come on, there's worse things. I can't think of any. Worst things.
No, it was. We filmed it actually. We can tell them that, can't we? We filmed it. Yeah. So we were. So the plan was to film like a little vlog style thing, like nothing dead long. It was only going to be about 10-20 minutes, something like that. And we did, and we've not actually like reviewed any of the footage. We don't know what it's going to be like. We're going to try and like make something out of it and stuff, and we'll see what we. But it would be like filming you going for a piss.
Yeah.
Like it's just not like nothing out of the ordinary's happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was sort of like that. So we're gonna mess around with the footage and we'll make it as like entertaining as we can, and we'll put it out at some point if we get a Patreon, or when we get a Patreon rather. And yeah, it just.
Well, I had no intention of going.
What a day
when I bought it.
I know.
I just bought it for you, and then it wasn't until like a bit afterwards before I'd actually give you the gift. Rebecca.
So back to my previous analogy, you bought yourself the same shit sweater as well.
Yeah,
you both had to wear it.
Yeah, I didn't. I think what it was I bought this. We went out for your birthday on the weekend of your birthday, but I hadn't give you the gift. And then I give you the gift when we recorded the Monday. But whilst we were at that weekend, you were mentioning about us all going away sometime, and Rebecca was going, why don't we go to Cork as well?
Oh, so you didn't actually book it until...
No, I literally bought yours and
Can I be
Beth's
totally
ticket.
honest? Had you have not gone, we wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
I'd have just like downloaded some videos of the Blarney Stone and that, and like just pretended like me and Beth took them, and just, I'd have had the day
photoshopped yourself like that with a 4-leaf clover behind you.
I'm pretty good at editing. I reckon I could have done that.
Yeah, blended it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was top, mate. Yeah, we had a really good time.
Yeah, we nearly didn't make the flight as well. Security was fucking Ramo in Manchester, and I knew there was part of Aaron was just like, please don't.
Yeah, you were like, should we just buy fast track now so we can get through? Like, you don't have to.
Yeah, but I did, and we did get through. We just made it on the plane.
It's so right because I don't want it to sound like I'm being ungrateful, because I am. But I didn't want it. But no, what it was fun. It was fun to get away.
Was it?
No.
So it was like
trying to say all the things you're supposed to say. No, we did have a nice time. You know, the people were lovely, were they? No,
I think
they were terrible. They were horrible to us.
Aaron proper sold, like, you know, going away for one day being sort of doable and fun and whatever. Like the flight times were literally like we flew out at 10 to 6 a.m. and then what was it was 20 past 10. So that's a massive window, and I didn't anticipate like the earliness of getting up to then get to that through security and everything. I literally woke up at 2 a.m. and went to bed at 2 a.m. I'd had a full 24-hour day off the back of 3 hours sleep. And everything in Cork is only open between like 9 and 4. So we got there and everything was closed. There was the faint smell of piss. A homeless man grunted at Aaron and McDonald's. A homeless man grunted at Aaron and McDonald's.
Yeah, like my dad was just trying to stay awake at fucking 7 a.m. because that's the thing, nothing opened when we got there.
Yeah.
So we just had to sort of walk around the town centre and just imagine like every shithole town centre you've been to, it's just that. And we're just walking around and I'm sat in this fucking McDonald's and I'm waiting on my hash browns. and Beth's up at the counter, and this guy just comes and sits next to me. He takes a sandwich out of the bin and then just sits like unbearably close to me and just starts grunting at me, and I'm pretty sure he was going to kill me.
Yeah,
and the whole time I'm sat there with like a 1,000-pound camera on the table, like,
just trying to edge it into your bag slowly so he doesn't think you're suspicious of him and his motives. Yeah, it proper pissed down with rain as well, which is just like, you know, is this going to be the entire day? Thankfully, it wasn't.
There was 0 positives.
Hey, that's not true, because we got to do something.
Leave.
Hey, no, we got to do something pretty special. It was special to me anyway. We got to go to Blarney Castle, and we got to kiss the Blarney Stone, which you've got an Irish background. I've got an Irish background. I don't know how in tune with yours you are. I'm not really in tune with mine.
No.
But my dad was, and I know that he would have loved to have done something like that.
Yeah.
And my granddad had all these like little fucking like Irish ornaments and that with like, you know, a fake Blarney Stone, and like I was familiar with the Blarney Stone and the whole the whole kissing the Blarney Stone thing. So I did find it kind of cool that I was getting to do that. And I was having like a personal moment where the sun had just came out when we got the castle. The grounds were dead nice, and I was like, I'm on the Emerald Isle, mate. Yeah. I'm going to neck on with this fucker. The same. Winston Churchill's kissed this fucking stone. Winnie the Church. Mick Jagger has kissed this stone, wrapped his big fat lips around it. And James Nesbitt.
So have we.
Who doesn't like James Nesbitt?
If this podcast grows, we might be listed on that because we kissed it.
Yeah, Spread Negativity Boys kissed the Blarney Stone.
Yeah. It's like weird crush of the year, isn't it? Like, will be put in there, but you're not really proud of it.
Well, did you know? Did you weird crush?
Celebrity weird crush of the year,
movie
right
awards.
Under the go compare, man. Lenny Henry.
Did you know that you'd have to hang upside down off the top of a castle to kiss this fucking stone? Because I didn't.
Well, put it this way: I was having such a terrible time while I was there. I was hoping the guy would drop me. I was so tired.
Yeah, you perked up a bit at the stone. You gave a crow a crisp. You were happy.
That was
you
the
were
best
in good
part,
spirits.
Actually.
Yeah,
Crows took crisps off me. Like.
He was giving crows crisps.
Caused a fucking frenzy of
yeah,
people.
we were like, mate, you don't know what you're playing with here. It's Mother Nature. It's about to get real. So it's just one crow, one crisp, and then all of a sudden they're all flocking over. Aaron chucks one crisp.
It's like the policy on immigration in the UK, isn't it? You give them an inch and they fucking all come over. I'm sick of it. Cut that.
I did feel an affinity with that one crow that did fuck off with the crisp though at high speeds. That was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. Yeah. If I could get a tattoo, do you know how people get like fucking angel's wings or like, you know, like a nice fucking like a dove flying? I'd like to get a tattoo of a crow with a crisp hanging out.
You should get a tattoo.
Of what?
I don't know, but I think you should get one.
Yeah.
I think it'd look really hard.
Yeah, I think I'd look solid as well. Yeah, I've toyed with the idea before.
What would you get?
There's only, well, I've thought about it. A tattoo's got to be an image that you're like committed to for the rest of your life. And I know a lot of people who don't like the tattoos that they got in their youth. You know, you've expressed, you know, you're not too keen on all your tattoos because they call Aaron the illustrated man, but he keeps them covered up for a reason because he doesn't like them in the dog shit.
No, he's joking. Solid, mate. Just wanted to see you. Ashayam's a demon, mate. Hands on the needle, he's great.
A demon on the needle.
Yes. What a man. He's an absolute beast, to be fair. He's one of the best in Droylsden. Genuinely, when I first booked in with him, one of his like tattoos went viral, and I was like, I'm going to go to this guy. I don't care where he's based. I'm going to him. He's fucking unbelievable. He's so good. And then I went on his profile, and he was literally like 11 minutes from my house. And
yeah,
amazing.
Fate.
Amazing.
Just a little handshake there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want it. The only image I'm committed to that is the Batman symbol, and I don't want to be that guy. What? The Batman symbol. I love Batman.
Committed to the Batman symbol.
I know that I will always like Batman. I've liked them since I was a little kid. I'll always be a Batman fan. There's bands when I was younger that I would have got tattoos of their logos, and now I'm like, I'm so fucking glad I didn't. Because
they've turned out to be a nonce or something.
Well, lost profits.
But it's tough, innit? Because like, if you got the Batman symbol, like, there's no chance of him being a nonce, but you would look like one. With
yeah, yeah, 100%.
We're not going to write in paedophilia into fucking Batman movies.
But yeah, that's the only thing I've ever liked enough to maybe get tattooed, and I just don't want to. I just don't want that on me.
That's insane to me that you've.
Yeah. But now I'm going to get a crow with a crisp, you know, repping the Blarney Stone kissing. Mate, I shit a brick. I have got the footage of kissing the Blarney Stone.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know whether you want to slide into the episode or we can cut me saying that if you don't want to. I shit myself. I actually had a full-blown... I was on the verge of an anxiety attack watching all of yous do it. Because I know there's railings and stuff, but just being at that sort of a height and having to hang upside down and like... Because you've got to like hold these bars and you've got to put your head back like that. And it was just that my main concern was having the upper body strength to pull myself back up.
If you did fall and die... What would they call it on 1,000 Ways to Die?
What?
What would it be called? The Look of the Irish or some shit?
I don't know. What would they call it? Let me have a think. Obviously, edit this.
Cork-Tastrophe.
That was all right, to be fair.
It's solid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
By their standards.
No, I've not got any in. But yeah, like the thought of just going back and it was proper freaking me out. And I went last and I watched all of yous do it. And
Blarney the purple fat cunt.
Thank you. Beth's one freaked me out the most. Beth's one freaked me out the most because she's short.
She had a camel tail.
Yeah, stuck. No, because she's short, so she had to come away. Like, there's that gap.
Yeah.
She looked like she was so far over the edge, it just freaked me the fuck out, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, if I'm that far over the edge, which obviously I'm not, I was like, I'm not going to be able to pull myself up, and I don't trust the fella, because there's a fella there that holds you. I don't trust him to be able to carry my weight either. So I was like, how the fuck am I going to get back up? But literally as soon as I kiss. And I'm like, I thought the whole fucking wall was the Blarney Stone. It's just a little patch at the bottom. So he's telling me to go further and further. And yeah, I just thought like, I need to get up straight. As soon as I kissed it, every muscle in my body, which isn't many, tensed to get me up and out of it.
And you hurt yourself.
I got cramp in my fucking legs. I got cramp. That's pretty embarrassing. Pulled a hammy. Pulled a hammy kissing a stone.
Features?
Hit me, baby.
Features. Love a feature. Okay, right. So, this one has been sent in. He wants to be kept anonymous, this chap. And then we've got a Reddit post as well.
Sad.
Yeah, we'll figure out. Might do a few. We'll see. I don't know. This one says, hey, Aaron and Liam, having a bit of a crisis and I don't know what to do. I've got a pal who we won't name. Recently, I was scrolling on Instagram and a suggested account popped up from my contacts. I didn't recognise the name or anything, but when I clicked the account, I realised it belonged to my friend's mum.
Okay.
Problem I've got now is it's a very not safe for work account and she had a link in her bio to her OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea she did that and I'm guessing neither does my pal. Now I have a few options. Do I tell him what I saw? Pretend I never saw it, or tell his mum I saw it so she can hide it better. She's using a fake name and not showing her face much, so my guess is she doesn't want it out there. What do I do?
Mate, do you know what? So, fuck, don't tell your mate, fuck that.
You subscribe is what you do, pal.
Well, no.
Cost of living.
You don't have to, because this is what you do. You tell her, you give her the heads up, you get her on side, then she knows that you're aware of the content. Free membership, mate. Free content.
Some manipulation. That's where you're going with it.
Now that you say it like that, I was thinking more like a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing. Like, heads up, by the way, do you need some technical help? I can help you. Maybe do you want me to run the page?
Yeah, that's not weird. That's not weird at all.
It depends on whose mum it is, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Depends which mate.
Okay, I find your mum's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Right. You don't know it exists.
Yeah.
But I go to her and go, I Sue. If that is even your real name. Going by Saucy Sue on Instagram. And then I go, hey, saw your OnlyFans page. And she goes, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And I go, right, well, I'm pretty techie. I could do a bit of camera shots. Use Liam's camera as well. That won't be weird. Sort it out for you. I'm dead good at syncing audio. Want to get those like
moans going.
Yeah. And those little pussy slaps. I don't know.
Oh, man.
But I say to her, do you want a little help with the tech side of it? She's going to bite my hand off, is she? She's going to be buzzing about that. She's going to think, yeah, no worries. Editing's not cheap these days. I've been doing it on my phone using CapCut. Don't like doing that anymore.
You're not me.
Been editing native to Instagram.
I've got more charm.
Right, okay, so you do it.
Right.
My mum's got an OnlyFans.
All right. Oh, I've seen him.
Only wheels.
I've seen you've got some content on that web. What's it called? Only you play it dumb, so you don't look like a little perv. You play it dumb. what's it called? Only Friends, and then she'll go OnlyFans, and you go,
yeah. She'll offer up the information like happily. Yeah,
mate, I'm disarming, I'm charmful, it's fine.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? She'll go, yeah, OnlyFans, yeah, I'm on that, and I go, are you? Yeah. She'll go, yeah, I am. And I go, really, you? Yeah, you on it? Yeah. And she'll go, do you want to help me out with it? And I'll help her with it, lad.
Yeah. That is the next steps.
Simple as that.
You've watched way too much porn.
Yeah. And then I come in, I open the washing machine, stick my head in it. Next video sorted for her. Joe, one for air. Sorted. Freebie.
Looking at your head, I fear that you actually might get stuck.
That's why I was worried about falling off the fucking castle in Ireland, by the way. Not because I was worried I was going to come falling and plummeting and hitting the ground. Because they had a fucking... Because they had... That would be grand, yeah. Because they had railings in the way. I was worried that my head would get stuck in the fucking railing. I'd be dangling in a stuck railing. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. So that's what you reckon this guy does. He goes and helps with.
I wouldn't do that, but I definitely think that if you're offering to help on the technical, or not even necessarily help with the tech, just help keep it quiet. Like, look, heads up, just change your username to this. It's not going to get found. It's not going to get seen. How about a free membership? Just drop it in like that, and then that's how you get it. Yeah. And she'll either go yeah or no, and if she says no, you tell your mate.
Yeah. Just manipulate this lady, and yeah, for sure. That is the best way.
Did I really come across
terrible? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're using this like woman for not good stuff.
Oh, I did a blackmail, didn't I?
There might be a couple of them on there.
More content. Yeah, I did a blackmail.
Right. So what does he do then? Because obviously he can say that he saw it. He can pretend he never saw it ever. But if he pretends he never saw it, a few of his other mates might see it. Because I know what he means. Suggested accounts. Like, if you've got contacts, you can add from contacts. He's got his mum's number because obviously he's known this guy for years or whatever, maybe, and they're just pals. And, you know, if anything ever happens, he needs to get in touch with his mum. I've got best mum's number, that sort of thing. You've probably got a couple of your mates' mum's numbers, right?
You bet your sweet ass.
Yeah, exactly. A little WhatsApp group there. Fucking Tuffy smashes. So, there's a good chance that a few of this lad's other mates have his mum's number. Okay. And if the suggested account comes up, from contacts, big drama show.
Yeah.
Because they could be cunts about it. This guy seems like he's quite sound because he didn't send a screenshot immediately like I would have done.
No. He wrote into a podcast to make more people aware of a situation.
Yeah, but no.
Anonymously, yeah.
Yeah, but he's working out who it is. That'd be insane.
Would you hold it over your mate? Would you be that guy sending the screenshot going, like rubbing it in your mate's face?
Just you saying rub it in your mate's face. That's what she's doing. No, I don't know. If I find Sue Tuffy's OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Saucy Sue, like, I don't know.
I wouldn't want to know.
You wouldn't want to know
I
at
would
all.
not want to know.
But this is the point. What if some of your other mates find it? And then it's more out there, isn't it?
I'd still rather
Who would you rather know? Okay, you know that she's got one because
Okay.
one of your mates has seen it. Yeah. Who's the mate that you would rather see it? And be aware of it.
I trust them all.
Right.
Yeah. All my good mates, anyway.
Right. So you don't reckon Cam?
Oh, God, I didn't think of him.
Worse than Joe in that situation. Cam, for the people watching at home who don't know him, is every mate that you have. That if you met now, you wouldn't be mates with.
He's matured a lot in recent years, but every time
but not enough to see your mum's OnlyFans and not sucking. Literally wank over it.
Every time I see him, he reminds me how much he's grown as a person, and I'm like, mate, the fact you feel you have to tell me this makes me think that you haven't really. Yeah. No, man, I think don't tell your mate. I think give her the heads up to make it.
It's so awkward though, isn't it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because worst case scenario is it's a little awkward, but she's grateful. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get...
Oh, she can't look you in the eye anymore?
Yes, she can. She'll be like grateful. She'll be like, thank you. You saved me there.
You've seen her plunge, mate. Like, she's going to be aware of that.
Well, she's putting it out there, so she's not that bothered. It's like if someone saw your Instagram or was seeing your jokes, you're not going to be offended, are you?
What are you talking about?
You're happy with that content. You're putting it out there. She's happy to get a fanny out.
But she's not, which is why she's using a fake name. If I was under a fake name on my Instagram, then that would make sense. But it doesn't.
It does make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Because she doesn't want everyone to find it, which is why she's used a fake name. She doesn't want people to know that it's her.
No, but she's not going to be embarrassed if you have found it.
Of course she is. That's why she's used a fake name.
Nah, she's a content creator through and through. I know her.
Content creator. I don't know. Shite. I love the idea that she's not embarrassed whatsoever that all her son's friends know that she's got an
I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying you. Like if you find it.
She doesn't know that all of them don't know. You're the one that's approached her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that you've not told anyone.
No, you're telling her that. That's the whole thing, innit? You're like, I'll keep it quiet.
No one's ever lied.
But I'm not.
She doesn't know that though. She's gonna shit herself if you go to her and be like, "Oh, hey, so was on Instagram last night. Never guess what I saw. It was your fanny." Now she's not gonna just be like, "Oh yeah, mad that. Yeah, just keep it under your hat." She's not gonna just own it like that. If the purpose of her trying to hide it is by having a fake name, not really showing her face much, like she doesn't want people to know. So the fact that you do isn't gonna make her super comfortable.
All right, then I'll just tell me, mate.
Just tell you, mate.
Yeah, just
and
tell
then he
me,
goes
mate.
in all guns blazing. Mum, why have you got your fanny out on Instagram? That's going to be mad in a few years, isn't it? Because I've like spoke about OnlyFans and stuff, and if like I wouldn't be asked about like Beth having one or whatever and stuff like that. But I do understand that. Wouldn't be thrilled if my mum had one. You know what I mean? And that's what the schoolyard's going to be for so many people in like 10 years' time. Like you're going to go into school and be like, you fucking start doming your mate, and he's like, yeah, don't worry, I see your mum's tits for £3 a month. Like, like it's going to be horrible. Like bullies are going to be so fucking heavy. Although to be fair,
do you think people will just shrug it off, or it'll be that sort of like, normalised that people are just like, I'm what?
Imagine they'll be pulling it off when they see it. Yeah, I don't know, because especially now that we're getting like kids aren't as bullied as much as they used to be now.
I thought you were going to say as much as they should be now.
No, just as much as they used to be. Like from what I can gather.
How do you know, lad? You've been hanging around the playgrounds, have you? Yeah, getting all the insider information.
Yeah. But like they're just not though, are they? Like things that all the things that you were bullied for. Like obviously there's still like people getting a bit of a ribbon and stuff like that. But like it's not for. It's making it sound like it doesn't happen at all. But it's less so. For like homosexuality and shit like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it will become normalised.
That's what I mean. Yeah, times change.
Imagine though, like you start getting loads of stick for your mum not having one. It's like coming.
Your mum's a fucking fridge, lad.
Oh, she just knows no one will pay for it. The fucking ugly bin.
Your mum's too grim to have an OnlyFans. My mum's fucking fit, lad.
Oh, I'd love that. I'm like struggling to bully people now because of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I can't bully people the way I used to.
Why?
Like, I was in Feel Goods recently, and one of the lads, Ryan, he's dead sound. He's one of the bar staff. He's just a good lad, and he was eating. He's like into the gym. He was eating like his fucking chicken, broccoli, pasta, bake, shite, fucking boring
salmon broccoli bake.
Yeah, just fucking dull fucking food, man. Do you know, the stuff that you're meant to eat.
It's got protein in it.
Yeah. So I was giving him loads of shit about it, and he was like, yeah, you can't say a fucking word. I've heard what you eat. And I didn't even know he listens to the pod. Yeah. So like, I can't even give anyone any stick anymore because he just fucking knows too much about me. It's horrible.
Have you had anyone say anything about the baby voice?
No, not in IRL. I do believe that we probably lost a few listeners though. Should we do another one?
Yeah, I got a couple of messages off listeners, you know.
Did you?
Yeah, I genuinely did. Just like, I can't believe he put that out there. I had one of my mates messaged, and I'll do him an injustice to try and butcher it, but he had some opinions on it. Just give us a second. So my mate Kizzy said, that baby voice Aaron did to Beth is one mojito too many away from being dressed in a blue onesie with a bonnet and a nappy on, having the shit wiped out of his ass for him.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. He said, how are you supposed to ever do anything sexy again? You're trying to say all the nasty shit you're going to do, saying you'll put a hole in me back, and all I'd be able to hear was that baby voice. It honestly made my dick feel like microwaved ice cream.
But what he doesn't know is we do the baby voice in bed.
No. We're not going down that route. You I do not want to do that like fucking daddy-daughter play shit. It's weird.
That's what we did. That's what we do.
Should we you a little?
Huh?
You not seen that little like documentary? They call themselves Littles.
No, I've not seen it, but yeah, pretty much it sounds like what we do. Yeah, for sure.
You wear nappies and that?
Yeah.
Do you mess them?
Huh?
You messed them.
Yeah, it's just easy, isn't it? It's fucking...
It's easy having
Toilet's
shit
miles
smeared all over your mile. You've got 3.
And everyone's further away than the last. Okay, so I've got another one. This one's on Reddit. It says, am I the arsehole for taking back the beer I bought for a party from which I was uninvited?
Okay.
It's a fucking long-winded way of saying it. On Thursday, a person I had a major crush on in high school but who rejected me messaged me out of the blue. She had never contacted me without me contacting her first. Fuck, I can tell this guy's one of those bells that doesn't know how to fucking string a sentence together, and it sounds like this girl was already in the right. On Thursday, a person I had a major crush on in high school but who rejected me messaged me out of the blue. She had never contacted me without my contacting her first. That's not a sentence that makes sense. Why can't they write like normal fucking people? On Thursday, a person I had a major crush on in high school but who rejected me messaged me out of the blue. She had never contacted me before without me messaging her first, and at one point I realised she had me blocked on social media, and so I found it odd that she was suddenly being friendly. After sending a couple of greetings/questions about how I've been, she said that she was going to have some people over and wanted to know if I would get the beer. The drinking age where we are is 19, and she and the people who were going to chill with were all 18. I thought it was silly that my being a month older meant that I could buy booze and they couldn't, and so I said I would love to go. She said, thanks, I'll pick you up at 7. 7 o'clock rolled around and she texted me to say she was in front of my house. I went out dressed and ready to chill with some people, and she drove me to the liquor store. When we got there, I asked what beer she wanted me to get, and she told me to get Budweiser. I hid my disappointment as well as I could, but it was her party, so I went in and did 2 cases of 24. I got back in the car and said, let's party. She was eerily quiet. I noticed that she wasn't driving towards her neighbourhood, but rather back towards mine. I thought she had moved or something, but didn't want to press the issue. When she turned down my street, I finally figured it out. She was being purposely vague about the invitation because she wanted me to get the beer, but she wanted a way out when she told me I wasn't actually invited in the first place. She stopped in front of my house, leaned over, kissed me on the cheek and said thanks in her best voice. I deadpanned her and asked when she was going to tell me that I wasn't invited. She feigned surprise and said that she never intended to invite me in the first place. I sat in silence for a long, awkward minute, picked up the beer and walked towards my front door. She got out of the car and frantically tried to re-invite me to the party, but I told her that what she did was the most humiliating thing that ever happened to me. I opened my front door, slammed it a bit too hard and came back to my room. Now I'm sitting here drinking absolutely unpalatable piss water. And I have text message from all of her friends and her asking me why I'm being such a dick. I don't think I'm the arsehole for reacting the way I did, but if you haven't figured it out, I'm not amazing socially, so I'm not sure. Am I here?
Oh, no, mate. You're not at all. In fact, you did exactly what you should do in that situation.
For sure. She's a gobshite.
Yeah, you told her to her face and you took the fucking bit, so you fucked her over. Yeah, too right.
I don't know.
Okay, go on. Enlighten me.
Just had a little epiphany. I don't know.
All
if
right.
she is an arsehole. I think if we break this down, the woman is a hero.
I am not on the same wavelength as you right now.
Mate, she's picked him up, drove him to a shop, he's bought beer, and then she's brought him home. It's quite literally just in-person delivery. The woman's a hero. Now he gets to sit in his house, not being fucking socially awkward with these people that don't give a fuck about him anyway. He gets to just have a couple of beers, go on Reddit, be a little incel on there, and then his life's sound in it.
All right, fair enough.
Like writing his little fucking little submission into Reddit, and that's fine. The guy's a good bloke. She's took him away, she's bought him some beer, and then she's drove him back home. She's an Uber. That's all she was.
Who's the cunt whose fucking idea that was, though? Do you know what I mean? At the party, like, oh, we need to get booze. We're not, you know what I mean? Let's that guy proper likes you. Yeah, I reckon if you ask him,
it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, if you ask him, oh mate, it's fucking horrendous. I just can't.
Both losing this situation though.
Yeah,
like he's in his bedroom drinking beer that he doesn't like, and they're having the most tragic party ever.
Yeah,
it's just both in a fucking horrible position.
And she had to spend like what half hour in a car with a guy she's not really asked about.
Yeah, who by all accounts sounds like he smells. No, he does. He seems sweet, doesn't he? And they've just took advantage of him and been a knobhead. But now he gets to drink beer in his fucking bedroom. It's sound, innit?
No one wants to do that.
He bought 2 crates of 24. He's got 48 beers that he doesn't like to drink, and he's fucking paid for them.
Oh, it was his own money.
I'm guessing so.
Shit! I thought it was like the party's money, like everyone had pulled together.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know whose money it was. If it's his money,
that changes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does change things. Because if it's free beer, then sound. Do you know what I mean? Chip away at them. You don't have to drink all 48 tonight, knobhead. Do you know what I mean?
It would be impressive if he did.
Yeah, just to spite her.
Midges at the bottom. All of it. That's a niche TikTok reference for a guy that was famous in lockdown. But
famous in lockdown when everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
Drinking too much. Yeah, man, I feel for that guy. That's horrendous.
Heavy, innit? Should we do another one? What do you reckon?
I don't know. We can do another one. I've got something I can get off my chest.
Do that?
Something I'm fuming about, to be honest.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So basically, the other day, I was invited to a party, or so I thought.
I have beef with a major high street retailer in this country for their behaviour in what could be considered international waters.
Okay.
W.H. Smith can suck my dick. I will never, ever buy anything.
How's that for a fucking meal deal, mate?
No. Shittest meal. Do you know what I mean? Why is a bookshop doing meal deals? One, fuck that. W.H. Smith can fuck
Amazon
clean
started
off
off as a bookstore, though, and you can buy butt plugs on there now. So let's not fucking...
Yeah, but they're delivered to your house, lad. And they don't taste like cardboard, all right? The glass and that. Proper prestige. Do you know what I mean? W.H. Smith. All
proper prestige butt plugs on Amazon.
Yeah, you can get the best.
Premium quality, yeah.
It depends how much you're willing to pay, innit?
Yeah. Have you ever bought any sex toys on Amazon?
No.
Coward.
I'm a love honey guy. Why Amazon? I didn't actually know Amazon had that.
Yeah, of course. You just have to be vague with what you type in. Oh, a woman's wand massager.
When we were younger.
Best birthday coming up, you know what I mean? No expense spared. Amazon Prime. Get her in the prime of her life. Get her fucking pussy smashed in with this vibrator.
Smashed in with it? Fucking club it like Captain Caveman.
Like a fucking Minecraft pickaxe, mate. Too much that.
When we were younger, there was a lad we were friends with, but he kind of like, we aged out of it. Do you know, like I'm still dead good mates with all my school friends. He was someone that kind of like for the first couple of years was a part of that. But then he was a bit of a dick, Joe. So he was kind of like, but his house and his mum's house and his dad's flat were kind of like hubs of activity where we'd all hang out. Someone would always be there, at least one person. And looking back in retrospect, it's actually quite sad because they were like, the reason that was the case is like,
is this still about W.H. Smith?
They were never home. You'll get where it's related to in a second.
Good. Sorry, I just thought you were like, so me mate and W.H. Smith do not mix.
And, one day, one of my mates went round and he went into his dad's flat, and he was just like, oh, mate, you've got to have a go at this. This is fucking boss, this back massager.
Get
one of those ones, and he'd been rubbing some fucking... Well, it wasn't his mum's pussy juice on his back because they divorced.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mad that, isn't it?
What a legend.
What would you do? Would you tell him, or would you just take it to save face? Yeah, it's boss, isn't it? Yeah, it's boss. Just give her a little sniff.
Love the pheromones.
Yeah, W.H. Smith. W.H. Smith can fuck off, mate, because have you ever been to an airport, W.H. Smith?
Yeah.
I think W.H.
You live under a fucking rock, you do.
W.H. Smith.
Have you ever been to the most common store that you get in an airport?
And this is why they're cunts, lad. This is why they're scum. W.H. Smith should have died a long time ago. Tell me, what do they sell? They sell those magazines where you can build the Titanic if you pay £7 a month for like 2 years straight. Do you know what I mean? Spending all your fucking money, you get the first one for £2. That's all they sell.
Do you want a life hack?
What?
So, you are going on a city break, going away for the weekend. You only have a cabin bag.
Yeah.
Cabin bag. So, you can't take any liquids above 100 mils. But you know that if you buy less than 100 mils, it's going to be more expensive. You know what I mean? Those little miniatures, they're all like a quid each, whereas you can get like a 500 mil thing of shower gel for like a quid. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, it's just not enough sometimes. Little life hack for you. You don't want to get into the airport and then pay W.H. Smith's marked up prices in the airport because it's the airport. What you can do is you can go online and you can get all your miniatures and everything else delivered to that W.H. Smith in the airport. Get delivered for the day before you fly. You walk in and you pay W.H. Smith's regular prices or Boots regular prices, and you don't pay the airport marked up prices. You've had it delivered to a store of your choice and it's inside the airport. Fucking genius. So now your sun cream that's usually like £9 in W.H. Smith or Boots in the airport, get it for £3. Get it delivered there. Fucking genius, man.
Does this actually work? Yeah.
It works, yeah.
That's actually unbelievable. Like, it kind of shits all over me off your chest. I've got no reason to be angry now.
I mean, you do, because I'm not going to that effort.
Yeah.
Save myself £3. I've got to order online and shit. I'm sorry.
You're right about
just
them.
A little life hack for you.
And it's really useful, and I will use that. And it's definitely like, you know, sun cream, all this. But my beef with WH Smith, mate, is just the water. I went into WH Smith in Liverpool airport.
Life hack. Got another life hack.
What?
Take an empty bottle of water into your cabin luggage and that. Take it in. Take it through security. Got no liquids in there. You're allowed a bottle above 100 ml. Just can't have anything in it. And then they've got little taps that you can fill up.
Fuck's sake, man.
You're not very well travelled, are you?
Yeah, me off your chest. It's dead now. Because you've just given me reasonable ways to avoid
surely that's better.
No, but you can't deny how scummy this is. I go into WH Smith, I buy 2 bottles of water, 2 big bottles of Evian, and a packet of Chewies, £7. That's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I go next door to Boots. Shit, I didn't get any sun cream. Go next door to Boots. 2 bottles of water for £2.50. They are next door to each other.
Scum.
In the same airport.
They're just relying on it's supply and demand in it. That's why
they just know they're the first one you see, so you're going to go in there. Oh yeah, I'll get a drink. Fucking scum it. Boots, my guy. As long as they've not done any dodgy dealings that I don't know about, because I don't want to fucking associate myself with the company going, yeah, the boss, and then all of a sudden it's like fucking in Rwanda, they've got kids making sun cream. Is that what happens?
What the fuck are you talking about? In Rwanda, there's kids making sun cream. Yeah, there is, yeah.
In mines and that. I didn't want...
In mines? They're mining sun cream.
Yeah, it's a naturally occurring thing, isn't it? So, yeah, anyway, outside of any...
Miss Hawaiian Tropics, just some 7-year-old Rwandan child. That's who she is.
But yeah, Boots, you've got my back, and W. Smith can go fuck off and die. But I mean, if you offer this delivery service, I mean, it's
actually all right.
Pretty good, but underhanded, because you should just fucking charge those prices anyway.
Yeah. Supply and demand. It's disgusting capitalist society that we live in.
Yeah, fuck that. So, you know when you get off at an airport and they've got like all these landmarks and stuff that you can visit at the place?
Yeah.
It's like obviously Cork has like the Blarney Castle, and Lisbon has the fucking Belay Tower. Barcelona, La Sagrada Familia, all these like amazing things that make this place worthwhile visiting. You get off the airport, like arriving back home at Liverpool, and as you get through like the last set of doors before you're in the lobby, there's just a fucking door-sized mural of the lobster pot chippy in the city centre. I swear to God, the world-famous lobster pot. Mate, is that all we've got? The Radio City Tower's, nicer to look at than that. Yeah. The lobster pot is so shit as well. People in Liverpool proper love it. It's just the shittest chippy. It's just the closest to the bus stops on the way home.
They have an advertisement for Blackpool Tower. What they're essentially going.
Do they? Yeah.
He's like, you've arrived in Manchester, now fuck off to a different town. It's really sort of puts in perspective how little we have.
Yeah. At least we got a chippy, lad. Fuck you.
Well, looks like someone's been going too much.